here to brighten this up, to give the people a bit more of information about you and the band.
Sure.
And you even asked for questions that people want to ask you in that interview. So thank you for that first. And we adapted them into the interview. And yes, one of the most asked questions actually was, what is the band name all about? KHAØS with the Scandinavian O. The K. It's
and
kind
the
of
K instead of the C.
It's kind of side-breaking, eye-catching. What is it all about with that name?
Well, we definitely wanted something that was, like you said, eye-catching. I mean, I think it comes from kind of there's a couple. There's not just one set meaning to the name. I think it comes from a couple things you can fill in when you want. But I think the main thing for me is like it was something born out of nothing, or order born out of chaos. You have to go through the chaos to get to the order, and there was a coming together of a bunch of different people and different musical styles, creating one raw form. And that's kind of like a musical chaos, I guess, in so many ways,
Yeah, the origin was maybe something to do with the creativity. It's born out of creative chaos somehow.
Right.
I had some ideas, I didn't have a band at the time. I didn't have
You just kind of went for it.
Ideas, and I went to the studio. That was the initial step, without having a band. And slowly, step by step, we formed this band in the studio. Was there with Rolf in Germany, and then I was asking, come on, Rolf, what can we do out of this music? They say, you will need a great singer. That was his first.
And he recommended me. That was very nice.
Recommended Chandler.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
I had never met him before. He was the producer of the whole.
He told me, I know a guy is messaging me from time to time, and he's looking for jobs here.
I was looking.
And saying, then he sent me a link to a song. I said, wow, this guy. Okay, let's give it a try. And then I mailed him.
So bringing order to the chaos is something like a good point for everyone who does not know you. So would you please introduce yourself? Who are you? Who's playing which role? So can you introduce the band members?
Okay.
Sure. I mean,
on lead vocals we have the fabulous Chandler Mogul from New York.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a singer by trade. I do a lot of hard rock. I have a couple other different projects that I do, and this has become one of my main focuses. It's definitely I like to think I have many different musical outlets and different things for different styles or things I like to do, but this is more of the edgy, the deep, darker, the modern kind of style, and it's musically it's really good. And, I think it's made me a better singer doing this project, and better lyricist, better singer. And,
great, nice to hear. The lyrics are amazing, and we had really good feedbacks on this side of the band, about the topics and about.
Let's return to that later. But
okay.
I'd like to have the introduction going further. But what about you?
Me, that's Mark Rossi. I'm playing guitar, and I've started this project from nothing, from chaos. Had different experiences in Switzerland with other bands, playing guitars. I was always interested on the songwriting, This was my arrangement was like a game, an adventure, writing songs. And we have two other guys in the band, Nick and Gileri, our monster bass player. It's a really talented guy.
He's
with the special spelling of his name.
Angileri.
No, Nick. N-I-C.
It's a really special spelling. N-I-C. You should ask him why.
But it's spelled. It's like letters, like N period, I period.
Sure.
Yeah, and it's Trevor with the drums.
Trevor Franklin, the youngster.
Cool guy, solid drummer.
Swiss drummer. Yeah.
It's a really good group of guys. There's a lot of chemistry there. Especially when in the studio recording the tracks and everything like that. It's just a very natural, organic feeling to it. And we knew we had something for a band,
Yeah, it's a good step to come from the band members to the music. As this is what reflects you in reality, what people can feel about you. Hearing your sound, it's so widespread, from epic to massive, from soft to even destroying sometimes. How would you describe the sound of your new recording?
I like the way you did.
Destructive.
It's great. I think you covered a lot of it. It's very dynamic. I think you pretty much encompassed the fact that it's dynamic, and there are heavier songs, there's faster songs, there's a lot of mid-tempo songs, and then there's ballads and more soothing pieces, and it pretty much covers the gamut with that. So I think within all that, there's kind of like an underlying kind of people have said so many things, but to me it's kind of a underlying kind of just deep kind of darker modern sound, but not so fixed in a certain direction. It's without being all over the place. It's focused but dynamic, and it's hard rock. It's hard rock with with some
lots of melodies.
Melodic, but it's different. It's wouldn't call it melodic rock, but it's
wrong.
It's hard to define. It has an edge, and it's more like it could more fit in the main, more modern mainstream bands, and I guess that's where it's leading. But we like to think we've created something all our own. You know what I mean? It's not quite as easy to define. It's something we can't really just say. Oh, it sounds like this. I mean, people say, oh, you sound like Alter Bridge or
that's not a copy.
Hailstorm.
That's not a copy of anybody.
No, it's quite different though,
and a quite personal thing. This music. So does this even reflect is this being reflected in the lyrics too?
Yeah, definitely. The lyrics are cover a pretty wide variety of subjects. Darker things having to do with the mind and problems in society, and just deep thinking about where we're going as far as we go, where we're going as a society, and things like that. Yeah. I mean, every song is different, but it's more of the. It's really not. There's no sex, drugs, rock and roll lyrics. It's all. It's more. It's kind of a deeper cut than that, and I actually knew when I heard his music that would be a good vehicle for that. What I wanted to convey lyrically with a lot of that stuff. So.
Yeah, as you already mentioned, it's much about society. It's often heavy critical. Is this the way you're thinking?
A little bit. Is it the way I'm thinking? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No, I mean.
Does it reflect what you're thinking?
Not critical. Oh, it does reflect what I'm thinking. Not critical. Just kind of reflecting on. I don't mean to make anything wrong with the lyrics, like make anybody wrong about anything that's going on. It's just more of a personal kind of thing, and I kind of write in a way where it's able. I try to do this with anything I write. I try to write in a way where the listener can interpret it their way, and I kind of have a blueprint, maybe in a direction, but then I kind of keep an open sense to it, so that the listener can maybe take it, put their own viewpoint into it, because let's face it, everybody's reality on things is different.
By the way, any favorite tracks on the album so far?
Oh, many.
That's a hard.
It's like asking a mother if she prefers one of her babies, but
I think
right.
I think
sure.
the opening track of this album, After the Silence, represents somehow the sound of this band. I think.
Yeah,
it's really the essence of the sound.
It has a lot of. It just has a lot of dynamics on that one
it's
track.
Really deep. The lyrics, they sit perfectly. It's a good blend between melody, heaviness, and it's good mood. It's a good mood inside somehow. It's a good. I like it very much, and I think at the time that we could put it Silence opening track. I was really a little bit not scared, but
that was the first After the Silence. That was which is the first video as well.
Yeah.
That was the first song we wrote for the record.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
And that was actually, I think that was like that had something special. We knew, so that was there was something up front about that said that song. You know, when the song speaks to you, I want to go first. You know,
what's a good choice, I think, to put it up front, because somehow it shows all the elements of our sound.
It's a little gutsy too, because it starts mellow, you know, and it builds up. But you know, some bands do that, and I think it worked for us because it was the right.
It's a little bit unusual.
It felt like the right thing to do.
And it's always good to have something like that as an opener.
Yeah.
By the way, I like track number 3.
Oh,
as
great.
It changes direction.
That's another one of my favorites.
Just one more.
Exalted.
It's just more massive than the other ones before. So I really like that one.
Thank you. That's what the one song written in a major key on the record.
Okay, will be our next video that will be showing tomorrow at our video release party. Yeah.
So another maybe different question, but anyway, I'd like to ask that one. Not to compare you with anyone, but are there styles and or acts that you are influenced by with your music?
Well, like, I mean, from the band's point of view, you know, it's like I said, we've come from a lot of different influences. Everybody kind of has different influences. We can talk about our own influences. I mean, mine go back to when my dad raised me on funk and soul music from the 70s, you know, and his vinyl records and stuff. And that was always an undercut or like a foundation for what I found later. I got into hard rock and heavy metal, but I always loved that soul and that groove, you know. And I got into bands like Deep Purple who implemented that a little bit, and I always like to have a little bit of a kind of a blues or soul kind of underpinning to that. But I mean, this project is pretty different actually. But you know, I still come from that Deep Purple, Rainbow, Whitesnake kind of school, you know. But with a lot of other colors thrown in, I like to take other things and throw them in the mix and make my own kind of style. But Mark probably has a different story on what.
Yeah, I had different phases in my musical journey. I started with the Beatles. I was a really.
Oh, I didn't know you were a Beatles guy.
Oh
no, I didn't know. I thought you hated the Beatles.
No,
actually, I thought you were one of the people that told me they didn't like the Beatles.
No, not at all. I love them. It was in the mid '80s, during this time when Madonna and Cyndi Lauper and all these women were on top. I started listening to the Beatles, and it was my I started playing guitar then this period, so this was playing Blackbird and I don't know, these songs that I liked. And then I had one day I've seen Angus Young on TV playing his you shook me all night long, this song, and I said, wow, I have to play electric guitar now. And then it was his second phase. It was AC/DC. I was collecting everything. I even have an SG signed by Angus at
nice.
home. I have to show it. The Beatles, AC/DC, a strange combination. And then I don't know. I discovered all these great guitar heroes like Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck and I don't know, all these stars. And and suddenly around 2005, I discovered another part of my musical background, which is more modern sound, heavy sound like Alter Bridge. These bands that have today big impact on the sound, on our current sound, I would say, from the technical point of view.
I can hear some Beatles stuff in your writing now that I think about it.
End of days, a little bit.
A little bit. More the melody maybe, but
melody.
But the chord, but your chord structures help make the melodies.
Yeah. John Lennon, big part. Yeah.
I already told this one twice, so I'd like to ask for that one. And you in other musical projects, other band projects. What are these? What can you tell about these other projects you're in?
Other bands I'm involved in. Well, I've been a member of the Greek rock band Out Loud for about 6 years. We're on Frontiers Records. We're currently on AOR Heaven Records out of Germany. Just came from a tour over there in Greece. Actually, we went to Stockholm and Bulgaria as well. A couple places outside Greece. But yeah, it's a great band. This is more melodic hard rock, kind of like 80s throwback a little bit, but done our own way. You know, it's really great stuff. Features Bob Katsionis from the band Firewind. We're with Gus G. Guy that's playing for Ozzy Osbourne, guitar player. It's his band. I play with another band called Iron Bridge Band in the States. It's a more classic rock kind of outfit, like the Eagles, Tom Petty, Creedence, Bad Company kind of vibe. Yeah, so it's a band for every geographical location.
Yeah.
You need a South African band now.
I know, right?
An Indian band, something.
Or an Antarctic band. We play with a jam with the Penguins.
Okay.
So, there are so many different influences, and also read that your producer Rolf Munkes, he comes from that Majesty direction. Had to do with Black Sabbath.
Yeah, he was playing with Tony Martin, the
Who's
singer.
that?
Tony Martin.
Oh, no, who? Rolf?
Rolf.
Oh,
Rolf.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Rolf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's done some good stuff. Great guitar player. Really good.
Yeah, so all the influences are coming in, being melted together.
Yeah.
No.
Like I said earlier on, I think this is a different, like for me as a singer, it's a different, like I have different outlets, you know. I have that 70s classic rock outlet, I have the 80s hard rock outlet, this is more of a modern kind of setting. And this is the songwriting's totally different, and it's, it allows me to go deeper with the lyrics and the meanings of the song.
Is it even different because you work together via internet? So it's kind of has been kind of a virtual band.
Well, that's pretty common these days, but
yeah, but not true. That's not true. Many are saying, yeah, it's an internet band, an internet project. Yeah, of course. It started like an internet band,
right.
But it's not. I mean, it's like we were playing together more or less. I mean, at least the creative part, the songwriting part.
Right.
We had many
we had to
discussions,
do,
you know,
very obviously over email and things. But they recorded all together in the studio and got together in the studio with all the musicians and played like a band, you know. And then I'd record over in New Jersey and send my vocals over, and then you know.
I mean, all modern bands that they record like this today.
Yeah.
Separately, what's missing in this band is like this jam in between where we we'll play the song together, you know, and then we split every other thing and then play and record it individually. This is missing, but it's the only thing missing.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but and it won't be missed if you bring that to a stage sometimes. Is this planned to bring this togetherness on a stage together on a tour? Are you planning that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking today about future projects. Yeah, I mean, we have to try at least. I think after the recording, it's our job to try to play together.
Definitely,
somewhere.
it's a duty.
Yeah,
the duty to get the music out. You know?
Big target we have. Yeah. Before recording the next.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. No. You have to get. We as musicians have a duty to get the music heard, and that's any way possible. You know, we do a lot of the internet marketing and things like that, but you know that only goes so far. People want to see it live, and they want to really see if it can really deliver, and it's, you know, the unit is the same as on the record. You know.
Yes, and the good thing about this is you can publish it everywhere, and so you get feedback from everywhere. How is feedback from all these different kind of cultures, especially Switzerland, German-speaking part, and the US or everywhere else? How is the feedback about your music?
Yeah, well, it's good, great. We would love to hear more, to have more feedbacks.
Always can have more.
But
Overall,
they're liking.
It's been very positive.
Yeah, they're liking
response,
the EP as well. It was our first common job. It was a merely digital outlet that we had.
Yeah.
Output, and
it got helped to get our name out there, and when a lot of people anticipated the album coming out.
Yeah, and many people were surprised that we didn't use a single song of this EP on the actual album. I just say, wow, that's your first a full-length album, and you're playing new stuff.
Right.
It's quite impressive. Thank you.
Of course. Yeah.
That's a good.
We had the time to write all the new songs.
And
a little bit of a different sound too.
Yeah, of course, but it was almost automatic. You know, we released the EP. It was, I don't know, the 29th of October, I think, and 2012. And 1 week later, I was in the studio recording the first rhythm tracks for the album. I mean, it was like we were recording one big thing. Big chunk of music somehow. We didn't stop in between, basically.
But you already mentioned next album, so I'd like to pick this up and ask you, where do you see yourself in the future? And I'd like to divide this into two things regarding success and fans, and the other thing would be regarding music.
Okay. Oh, I got you. Well, I'll answer one and you answer the other. I think as far as the success of fans, I think I definitely see our music getting into a really wide audience, and I think that's what we've geared it to, and I think it can go there. We just have to, we just have a lot of work ahead of us. I think in America, I think we can break into America with this music. I think we still have, going further into the future albums that we'll do. I think our sound will still evolve and get more focused, to a certain demographic. I think I would like to ultimately take it to America and have it really.
Yeah, it would be great.
Rock there, yeah.
Playing in Madison Square Garden.
Down the street from.
Down the street.
Yeah, it would be great to see you there.
Yeah.
Where do you see your music develop? In which direction?
Oh, that's a good question. It's hard to tell because we were trying to write good songs, basically, and then perhaps what I would like to investigate more or invest more time is on the arrangement, to have more time to write the songs and perhaps to write more songs and then to be selective, to choose more and say, okay, we have to put the best selection of songs on an album, and just don't take just the 10 first songs that you're writing, to be more selective and to try, I don't know, to bring like a dance compact thing on the best we can do actually. Okay. This is my wish. Yeah.
I think the sound of the band has developed a lot since the EP, and I think going further it'll develop even more. And but I think we're at a good place with it now. I think the time we spent on the album, which we spent a lot of time on the album because it's 2 years after the EP, but I think it was time well spent because you could listen to it and say it was a lot of work. So.
Yeah, you will be curious about that.
Yeah.
So and to have a nice end. Thank you for a nice interview.
Thank you.
And maybe.
Oh, I didn't realize it started. Oh. I want to thank you for watching and listening, and we hope that you'll check out our new record, Risen, and check out our videos on YouTube, and like and comment and all that good stuff. And we hope to see you in the very near future in your town.